This is Dr. Jay Sordian, helping to teach you how your brain is supported and how it can degenerate from a normal to a damaged brain. So we have our brains, and in order for the brain to work properly, we need to give it various inputs. We need to feed it various things. So does the brain require to function properly? It needs things like oxygen, and it needs nutrients. It also needs the organs that produce hormones to produce hormones that are going to support the brain. And we also need both circulation of blood and oxygen to the brain as well as other substances. And we also need protection for the brain. These are primary things that the brain needs in order to work properly. Would you agree? So when we have these, our brain functions at 100%. And in our clinic, that is what we call health. 100% functioning equals health. And when we have this 100% functioning, we have ease. We have ease about hearing things, seeing things, thinking about things, putting things together. We can remember things quickly. We remember people's names. We remember where we're going. So there's an ease of functioning when we're at 100% function, when our brain operates at 100% function. However, we can get damage to the brain, like there can be blows to the brain. The oxygen can be decreased. The nutrients can be off. We could have a bad diet that's not giving the right nutrients to the brain. Hormones can be disrupted because of stress. We can also have the surrounding membranes of the brain can be broken through, and that can damage the brain. So we can have damage to the brain. We can also have disruption of the brain in a similar fashion. What happens here? Well, we start having a degeneration of the brain due to these disruptions, right? Things break down. And these disruptions and damages cause a degeneration of the functioning of the body. So instead of starting at 100% function, we start there, but then we start to lose function. So when we have decreasing in function due to degeneration, let's say we lose 20% of our functioning, we start having malfunctions. This is how the brain becomes sick, by decrease in function. Let's say we lose another 20%. So we have 20% and 20%, that's 40%. So now we're down to 60%. What do we have? Dis-ease. We start out with the ease. Now we have disease because we have lost function. So what happens? We lose even more function because the degeneration continues. This is the breakdown of the brain. You think this happens with anyone? You think their brains do break down? Of course they do. So when we're at 40% functioning, what? This is when symptoms appear. All right, so we talked about already the definition of dementia. We use there are all these different words that are used. So here is symptoms appearing. When we're down to 40% functioning. Now, many people don't believe this is the way things are, but this is the way things are. We start having malfunction, then we start developing disease, then we get symptoms. Now, here is the basic format. We're having disruption, we get malfunction, disease, and symptoms. So, what are examples of diseases? Well, Alzheimer's is a disease. Stroke is a disease. Lewy body dementia is a disease. And is dementia itself a disease? Well, the definitions that were given on the internet include its symptoms, it's a group of symptoms, it's brain failure, it's a disease, it's caused by diseases, it's caused by dementia. Here we go. This is really where dementia fits. And what are the symptoms of, for example, dementia or Alzheimer's type dementia? Memory loss, forgetfulness, disorientation, hallucinations, etc. So this is how Alzheimer's and dementia are related. So what's Alzheimer's? What's dementia? Think of this structure and you won't go wrong.